Hi, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is part of Gauntlet Community's Open Gaming Weekend. What happens is the Gauntlet community is this online group of fans of independent, small press, and OSR tabletop role-playing games. And every quarter since the pandemic started, or Panini, as some people who don't want to talk about that think, we have tried to welcome more people into the community, highlight and show off the amazing fun of online tabletop RPG play. And so once every quarter, we have a weekend where games are free and the registration is open for folks to come in out of the cold of the non-gaming worlds, or, just to add more games to their ongoing fun. And it's great. This is June of 2021, and I am running Hutt Cartel. So I have this thing I do for the Gauntlet. I've been doing it for a few years now, called Star Wars Saturdays. And while technically this is a Sunday, I'll just use the acronym of SWS. So Star Wars Saturdays is this ongoing anthology campaign where I run different RPG systems all set in the Star Wars universe. It's pretty fun as we hack up and use lots of different indie games. And Hutt Cartel is one that I pretty proud of. I've had a number of other people improve and make it even awesomer, but it took Cartel, which is Mark Diaz Truman's masterful game about Mexican narco fiction, and I added the word Hutt to the beginning and shoved it into Star Wars. To be honest, it was this combination of, hey, Cartel, Hutt Cartel, and all of the production information pictures for this game that was shelved, a video game that was shelved and never put out because of the Disney purchase of Lucasfilm. This game was called 1313, but that was one of the working titles. And 1313 is this subterranean, cyberpunky Star Wars that I was fascinated by. And there's like one picture, I think it's in our character keeper, of this couple of Star Wars alien species who are on this ruddy street, and they're hovering around a barrel fire, but the barrel is an astromech droid that someone ripped the head off. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so Cartel. I love it. What's interesting is after 1313 didn't happen, there are some of the later seasons of Clone Wars actually took place. There were several episodes that took place in the underbelly of Coruscant, the capital world of Star Wars, with Ahsoka Tano chasing after. It doesn't matter, so I got to see some live CGI fun stuff on that particular area, and it's just stuck and born in my brain, and I've very happily been able to express some of this cyberpunk meets Star Wars meets Breaking Bad meets The Wire kind of fun that Hutt Cartel brings. So Hutt Cartel, being a Powered by the Apocalypse game, has playbooks, and everyone has chosen a playbook so far, but our cartel has no crime lord. It has no capo, no narco, no boss. So it'll be an EPC, and that's going to be fun as we define a little bit about that. But let's go around the horn. Oh, sorry. Pause for just a moment. Very important part of all of the Gauntlet games is the use of safety tools. We are using lines, which means that's a content matter that's defined by us as a play group, that we have a line on. It's not a line we shall not cross. It's not content we're interested in. We have veils, which are things where we say, we're okay if this happens. We just don't want to shine a spotlight on it. Like if this were a TV series, and by the way, I'll frame a lot of this game as a TV series because it exists as a TV series in my head, is that we would fade away, fade to black. The camera will cut away. We would do a Lucas style, screen wipe type deal. We move on. And then the last bit of the lines and veils is also ask first, which means this content that we are maybe okay with, but check in with the group as players. We have one ask first is midichlorian. So give an example of that is if you think, oh, well, the answer to this question could be my person talking about midichlorians. You step out for a second and say, hey, I'm going to check in with you guys as players. Hey, I was thinking midichlorians could be a thing here. Is everybody cool with it? And if any one person says, you know, can you try it a different way? Then do so. And if that stymies you, if you're like, oh, I can't think of anything else, just check in with the table. Somebody will have a cool idea. And then on top of that, we have the X card, which is a full stop type maneuver. If there was something that you didn't realize would be a line for you, or for whatever reason, contextually, it's bothering you, you're not having fun right now because of this particular content. And you can say, hey, Rich, I need to X card this thing. You can type it in chat. There's actually an X card that can be played on the die roller website that we're using. Whatever method is most comfortable for you. We'll pause play once you X card. And I'm going to check in just to make sure that if it wasn't clear to me what subject matter was X carded. And then we excise it from our play. X to excise is how I think of it. We cut it out of our play. It didn't happen. And we move on. I understand that this is pretty much a blunt instrument for safety, but I found that just having the X card, knowing that it's there, is pretty helpful for folks. That's all of our safety tools talk. So let's go around the horn. We're going to start with, let's start with Brian. If you could introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character.
Sure. I am Brian, he, him, and I am playing Garen Vukto, a Duros cook. He has what once was a starship, a very small freighter, and has turned it into his mobile lab. This freighter has been, scavenged for parts. There's not a lot left of it as an actual starship. It's got repulsor lists, but the actual engines are mostly gone, and what's left of the actual engines has been like turned around and is like the kiln inside the lab that he actually uses to cook.
I was just gonna say, that's awesome. Wow, that's so cool. I really dig it.
And yeah, he's got I don't know which of the drugs, like, it makes the most, whichever one it makes the most sense that you would need that high temperature to cook it, I guess, is what he's
let's go
making.
spice. Why not?
Okay.
We'll say a spice needs that high temp cook. That sounds fun.
And yeah, he's got to make that refine that spice so that he can take care of his auntie and keep himself
you got an aunt that relies on you financially?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Does she know about what you do?
Oh, definitely not. No.
What does she think? Where does she think this money comes from, or does she not ask?
Yeah, I mean, she probably asks, and yeah, it's I've got. Yeah, I think it's always some new temporary job I was able to line up, or I've been selling parts off of this freighter that I have, and like she actually like kept track of it. Like I've sold like 17 engines off of this thing by now.
17. That's great. Cool. It also looks like you've got a cousin who works in federal law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
Is it interesting? And I'm checking in with you, Jay, real quick, Majay. Is it interesting if that cousin is Jonker, the Coruscant agent who's suspicious of Jonah?
That's interesting, and I'm checking in with you that if Junkers dies,
Ooh, that's tough. How do you feel with that, Brian? If Jonker being suspicious of Jonah, if that puts him in direct threat, would you rather just be a different Coruscant agent who's more suspicious of you, Garen?
I didn't quite track that. So what?
Sorry,
what's
sorry. So in Jonah's Coruscant backstory, which you'll unveil in a minute. Sorry, I was jumping ahead. I'm excited. He's got somebody who's on the Force who is suspicious of him being crooked. And I was wondering if that character could also be Garen's cousin who works on the Force. But
that makes sense.
Maj countered of like, if Jonah takes that guy down, how much does it mess with you, Brian, and your story? Like, so should it be a different Coruscant agent is the question that's on the table. Or it could be it could be the new partner too, the brand new partner. Like this person's brand new in the Force and fresh-faced little Duros who's all excited about this. Either of those interest you, Brian?
I got lost again. What's the two options? It's
so
either my cousin is
either your cousin. So here are three
Junker.
options. Yeah, your cousin is Junker, who's suspicious of Jonah, which is Mad-J's character. Or your cousin is Rex, who is Jonah's brand new partner, which means they just graduated the academy, and this is like first week on the Force kind of deal. Or it could be some completely different Coruscant agent who I'll mix in with your story as well. I just wanted to know if either of those interested you.
Oh, it's got to be one of those. I think the new partner.
Yeah. Cool. All right. New partner of Jonah, cousin of Garen. Awesome. Sorry for throwing so many curveballs there, but I really like that result. So I'm very happy with that quite a bit. Okay, cool. And then you've got an old coworker who feels bad about your troubles. Was this somebody that, like an old coworker, but you had a freighter? So was it somebody who was on your crew before you became a cook, or?
They could have been on the freighter. Yeah, I mean, I think we must have. What did Garen do exactly? I mean, I think it was some kind of legitimate business where they were transporting unstable materials, something, pretty technical. Maybe that's how the freighter had that career ended, with that freighter being damaged, and any chance of continuing that legitimate career kind of coming to an end.
I like it. Cool. So this is a coworker, probably not a Duros, but somebody that worked on your crew as you transported materials. And I think they landed on a job. So are they in 1313, or are they up on the surface, or somewhere in the mid levels that is a lot less scummy? Where do you think they are?
I mean, I think, yeah, in the mid levels, and they where my career ended, theirs continued, and they've actually gone on to more success.
Oof, and they feel bad, right? Because they know what a great scientist you are. You're a good cook. You know what you're doing. They just don't know you're doing this kind of work. That is delightful. Let's give them a name. What if it's an Ithorian? You know, the Ithorian, the hammerheads? Like, okay, cool. An Ithorian, let's call them, I'm looking at the name thing. Pata Krabath? Pata? Does this sound cool?
Sounds good.
All right, I'm going to stick that person in our NPCs tab. And that is an Ithorian. Former co-worker of Garen. Now works for Chemical Corporation and doing well. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Good. Anything else about Garen?
I think that's it.
Okay, fantastic. Adrian, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your character?
So I'm Adrian, he, him pronouns. I'm playing Greg Kra. He's a Rhodian rat, playbook the rat, and he tries to be kind of inconspicuous, and but he has these markings on his head and on the nose that he got in some former occupation. He works at protecting the Crimelords family, but also helping organizing enforcers. So he's kind of close to the Crimelord, hanging around there. But he, of course, decided at some point to betray them. I think it's mostly because of his ambition. Because I think he wants to be the crime lord, actually. So we'll see if that ever happens, but I think that's the ambition that is pushing him on, displacing the crime lord.
Dangerous ambition. Okay, I like it.
So yeah, I think there's another. So that's him. I think he rides around on this like small speeder, motorbike kind of vehicle that he has, and has a lot of contacts, of course. Like he's really closely connected to a lot of people, knows a lot of people in the network because of this position as kind of, people come and go, and he kind of is always there when meetings are happening, maybe not in the room, but kind of, outside, and he checks people's IDs and stuff. So he has a really good idea who's around, what people's positions are, who are the new people, like who has risen to a more prominent position in the last couple of weeks, maybe, that sort of thing. There's this other guy that works closely with him in this detail, protecting the Crimelords family, Tumlo, and they suspect Greg's plans and kind of treachery. So looking forward to figuring out what is going on there. Yeah, I think that's the basics.
Nice. So you're in tight. Grig is in really tight with the drug lord. So the crime lord or drug lord is Amara Tavi, who's a purple-skinned humanoid species known as the Kashiri. She's the current crime lord. She was before, and then there was this brief period when the Black Sun came rolling in, killed a bunch of her people, took over, and then she had to lean hard on Hutt Cartel and probably had to rely on you, Greg, and probably Zorn to take back what was hers. So yeah, she trusts you pretty implicitly, doesn't she?
I guess so.
Oh, but Tumlo suspects you. Did you have a read on what kind of species Tumlo was?
I think they might actually be human.
Oh, interesting. Got our token human, everybody. Nah, Jonah's a human. Tumlo, do you think he, him, or she, her, or otherwise pronouns?
Maybe she, her. Yeah, I think maybe might actually also be quite close to Amara Tavi. Maybe is like Tumlo. She was with Amara through all of this. Through like this fall and rise again. And so I think that's why they're also suspecting, because they feel like, I think Greg is actually quite skilled at what he does, and that's why I think Amara has kind of been relying on them. But I think Tumlo is kind of jealous of that, because before Greg took this position, I think Tumlo was kind of the main person, the first lieutenant of Amara.
All right. I got to pick in for a Tumlo.
Yeah, that looks great.
That works good. All right. That works cool. Nice. Let's see. Any other questions? Let's see. Tumlo and Zola. So Zola's always asking for help.
Yes. I think they are another Rhodian.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they always come to help. I think they always get in trouble. Like they might be like kind of lower on the network, kind of maybe a drug pusher or something, and they always get in trouble, and then they expect Greg to kind of help them out of it.
Why do you do it? Or why have you done it in the past?
Well, I think mostly because they're not a Rhodian, so kind of they appeal to that sense of solidarity. And maybe there are not many other Rhodians in like the immediate cartel here.
I just want to make sure I understand. Are you saying they are another Rhodian?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Do you think male or female Rhodian or other? What pronouns do they use?
I think they use he, him pronouns. Yeah, and Sola is this. I think he always gets in trouble, and then comes running to Greg to kind of help them out of it. And he's kind of annoyed by it, but because it's the only kind of other Rhodian, I think, around here, that's why they do it most of the time until now.
I love it. That is so much trouble. I adore it. Cool. Anything else about our rat that you wanted to highlight for us before we move on?
So I do think, I mean, so I choose the snitch and escape moves. So I think they're not really big into physical fights and so on. I think they rather get out of them or snitch on someone and let other people do their dirty work.
Smart. I mean, there's somebody who's heavy, so maybe that's who you rely on.
And I think they are. So I don't think they know that something might be up because they're kind of paranoid. So it's really like they always want to know. I think Greg always wants to know what's going on around and doesn't trust people easily and so on. So they're always kind of suspecting that someone is just around the corner, kind of ratting them out or something.
So someone's ratting the rat. I love it. Love it. Serpent eating its own tail. That is wonderful. Thank you so much, Adrian. And Mario, if you could tell us a bit about your character. Introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about your character.
Yes, I'm Mario. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm going to play Zorn, who's an assassin for the Hutt Cartel. He's a Chiss, so he's blue skin and has red eyes, and according to the picture, a lot of tattoos on his body. Yeah, he has a lot of gear and a lot of weapons. So when I got that right, I chose 4 of each. So that's a lot. And I guess he's kind of an opportunistic person and ambitious in a, yeah.
Nice. Yes, it appears that he is good at getting rid of bodies, reading charged situations and acting on them, and he is extremely savage. Do you imagine that Zorn is an assassin specifically for Amara, or you just occasionally work for Amara when she pays? Amara being the crime lord.
Yeah, he didn't imagine to be on an exclusive contract, but it happened. So he now is working just for her, but he probably wants to get away at some point, get out there and do some other work on a higher level of something.
Is it because you don't like what is it? Why does Zorn want to work for somebody else? He just doesn't like the idea of being tied to one person, or is it that Amara doesn't pay well enough?
No, I think he wants to be kind of an independent or freelancer assassin who is in high demand. And now he's just, because of the circumstances down there in 1313, that he's had to take this contract or this obligation to work for her and to say, no, I don't work for you because you're more dangerous, or I have to. I guess there's a lot of different gangs and stuff going on, so he had to choose sides. So.
Oh yeah, there's still the Black Sun. They didn't just go away because they lost the level for now. They play the long game, and there's Pike Syndicate. There are lots of gangs. So Toomlo, this kind of like third lieutenant for Amara, she's been making some, like, she's been approaching you, trying to make moves on you, Zorn, recently. How have you handled that? Have you been open to her wanting to spend time with you and buddy up with you, or have you been cool and standoffish?
Is it in a professional way or in a flirty way? Or?
In a flirty way. Privately, like she doesn't do it openly in front of Amara, but whenever the two of you are alone, she's been very kind of flirty and forward.
Well, I guess I'm entertained by it and just go with the flow, but not too much.
Not too much. Okay, cool. Good. Excellent. Let's see. That sounds great. Anything else, Mario, about Zorn the Assassin?
No, I think I'm good for now, and I just will try to.
Fantastic. Last but certainly not least, we have kind of a minor celebrity. I mean, he's got his own podcast, the Diceology podcast. He's written books like Cortex Plus, and just successfully completed another Kickstarter where people are hiring him to be a GM, and he's writing a Cortex Plus lifted supplement. It's just amazing. It's Mad J. I'm excited to have you at our table, man.
Man, now I'm embarrassed.
Yep, that's what I was going for.
I was trying to stay under the radar. I'm just Mad J. I'm playing Jonah Saxon today. I think this is the first time I've played the corrupt agent or the corrupt Coruscant agent here. And I have some thoughts here, what I want to do with him. I picked the world's most interesting man as my avatar. And I think this guy's kind of long in the tooth. I don't think he's looking to retire, right? I think he's like, I'm going out hot, right? I'm going to live big. I'm going to do it up big until it's just not working anymore, right? So I think that's how he's going out, right? And I think he's got a lot of debt, right? So he doesn't really have a choice. I think somewhere in here, you're supposed to ask me why I'm on level 1313, right?
Why are you on level 1313, Jonah Saxon?
Yes, because I just got assigned to. So I think I have a new partner because my old partner got murdered, and he worked down here, and then I'm taking over that task from him. So I think I kind of figured I hadn't worked down here before. Maybe I'm from here. He got murdered down here.
We need to name him. We gotta name him.
Let's name her.
All right, let's name her.
I don't have. So let's start with her species.
Okay.
What's the Crimelord species?
Kishiri.
All right, let's make. Can we make them the same?
We sure can.
Perfect. And then I think the name probably follows from that.
Yeah. I like it. Cool. Let's. Tika Bremen? How does that sound?
I like it.
I'm gonna stick her in the NPCs, even though she's dead. I'm not bringing her back. I just want to have a name to the dead partner.
I like it.
So she was your partner, but she was down here on 1313, and you weren't?
Yes. So I feel like having been in the military and done some security stuff, right?
Mhm.
You get like a primary thing, and then you get a bunch of secondary things that and we have this like at regular jobs. You have your regular job, and then someone else dumps other stuff on your plate because we want you to do that too, right? And so I think level 1313 was, we also want you to do this too. Find the time, make it work, right? I think it was like that for him, for her, and then when she got murdered, it became, hey, Jonah, do this thing too. And here's your new partner, Rex, right? Here's some brand new equipment. So I got a surveillance van, which is super high tech. I think we got, what else we got? We got some body armor.
Yeah, baby. There we want.
No. We got a bunch of informants. That's what we have.
Bunch of informants.
Yeah.
Cool.
We have a network of criminal informants, and we have a full-scale surveillance van. But I also got some knucklehead partners. I can't make Jonkers happy, right? He's, always second.
Jonker's down here, right? He knows 1313. You may know 1313 from long ago, but you're just fresh.
He's been
as
here,
far as he considered it, that's invalid. Like, 40 cycles ago, that whatever, Jonah, that doesn't matter. He knows this place. So he suspects you being in cahoots here, right?
Always second guessing me.
Always second guessing you. Snapperhead.
Yeah.
Like it. So you've got a brand new partner, a Duros, and Rex. Oh, did we define a gender for Rex or how they present? I don't think we did. You think Rex is pronouns she, her, he, him? What do you think?
If you're asking me, I would go she, her.
Sounds good. You okay with that, Brian? All right. Let's do it.
I was gonna say it's Brian's relation, so
he's good with it. We're good. Sounds awesome. Okay. And then you work with the cartel. You got a few cartel folks.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Let's talk about them.
Uh-huh.
You got somebody who almost gave you away. What does that mean? Like gave away the fact that you're working for the cartel? What does this mean?
Yeah, I think so. I think there was a roundup, and I was in uniform, and I had my badge on and everything. And Baku was there, and Baku was like, so,
is that dumb? He's like, oh, you got to get me out of this. Wow, he's a snapperhead. Oh, Baku, what are you doing? Bad at your job. Love it. Good. And did you get him out of it to shut him up?
Yes, to shut him up. Yes.
So it paid off.
Yes.
Now he thinks he can just like call on you. Is that right?
Maybe.
Or did you say maybe?
Yeah. I said this is a one-time deal, right? We're doing each other solid right here. I don't know you. You don't know me, right? Let's leave it at that.
Nice. But then there's this other member of who wants to scam Amara Tavi.
Yes.
What do they want? Like, what did they sell you on? Or what's their big idea? Is it like doing away with a lot of the drugs? Is it setting up the Black Sun or some competition to get a leg up, or just steal a bunch of creds and run? What do you think?
I think they think they have a sustainable scamming operation, right? And maybe they're taken from Amara, right? And maybe offloading it to some third party, right? Maybe trying to get that that third party a leg up, right? But they think it's sustainable, and they're just there's a word for that, embezzlement. There it is.
Oh, you know what? Let's stick Satch, right? That's the name you chose for him?
Yeah.
Let's stick Satch in. If you look in our locations, there's a club called 8 Lives. What if Satch works at 8 Lives and is skimming off the type and like once you in on running security so that there's yet one more person who's involved in this scheme, which Satch thinks is a great idea, but like this is it doomed to fail or is it not a bad idea?
Oh yeah, it's doomed to fail, and I'm in because Sax is going to be the fall guy, right?
You say guy, so is Satch he him?
Yeah, let's go he him. In my old man brain, it's fall guy, and we should probably change that, right?
Works at 8 Lives.
Yes.
Oh, they've got the best plan though. There's so much going on. Nobody's even gonna know. You're in on it a little bit. Do you think they approached you with like, I've got this great scheme, or did you figure it out, talk to them, and they're like, oh, I'll slide you a bit? What do you think?
I think I figured it out because I think I'm also looking for an in, right? A solid in with Amara, right? And so I'm trying to figure out, my key is scheme. I'm trying to figure out how can I turn this around, give it to Amara, and make me look good.
Sounds
right.
great.
But yeah, how can I help make it bigger than what it is? So when I turn it over to Amara, right, it looks awful, right? And so I'm helping him. I'm helping Sax. But I think ultimately I know that it was always going to fail. So how can I fatten it up and then just before it fails, ride it out? And,
are you doing the pump and dump maneuver with this? Like you're trying to push a little harder so that it looks worse?
Yes.
That is terrible. I love it. What a great plan.
So.
Oh, that's so good. That makes me really happy. Yeah, from maybe Satch is like looks human.
Oh, near human, yeah.
Near human, yeah, I like that. That sounds good. Okay, cool. And then does that take care of all the characters that you had? I think you have 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah. 2 on each side.
Oh, you got a full-scale surveillance van?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm into that. This is great. All right. So now we know all of our seedy characters. Here's what we're going to do. Matt J, you're going to kick us off in talking about ties. So if you have from when people introduced, if you had somebody you're like, oh, I want to tie with so-and-so, then suggest it. Or if you have one tie you definitely want with somebody, but you don't know who, then you can just throw one out there.
Yes. So I'm thinking Grig and Jonah grew up together, if that's cool. You still have a drink after work if you're both free. It's nice to know someone who isn't involved with either side of your double life.
Hold on. That means you don't know.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. Greg, you've been pulling this fast one all this time.
And Rex is in CorpSec as a CorpSec agent. So right, it's all on the up and up, right? That family's good, right?
It's probably a good idea to not let. Who knows, Jonah? Man, curious. So let me ask you a question, Adrian, about Grig. Does Grig know that Jonah is working with some of the cartel members? Because you said you were tight with Amara, or do you think he doesn't know yet?
Doesn't know, I think, yet.
Oh wow, this is you guys are moving in the same circles. Oh, that's good. I can't wait till that's cracking. Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. So that's your tie with Grig. Delightful. Good. So you still have a drink after work. Nice to know somebody. That's awesome. I love the Grig the rat is sweet. Let's go to Adrian. Let's go with Grig. What's a tie you'd like to offer up?
I think maybe Zorn knows that I'm an informant. They might have started to blackmail me. Does that make sense?
Blackmailing makes absolute sense, yeah.
That is some dirty deeds. Man, I like it a lot. So then let's jump over to Zorn. What's a tie you'd like to offer up?
I think somebody got me out of a tight spot. I won't die for them, but both of us know you need to settle up soon. We need to settle up soon. So there's something I have to do to make it good again. Does anybody feel like it would be possible?
Who wants an assassin owing them?
Yeah. Maybe the problem I had was a money problem. Somebody just gave me some
Ooh,
credits
that's a
and-
nice.
Does the cook have money to lend?
He could have, yeah.
You got a stable lifestyle?
Well, I have better than a stable lifestyle because I have professional lab equipment, so my lifestyle's raised.
So you lend me some
Oh.
money for some gambling or whatever, and now I owe you probably a hit or something. Okay.
That's cool. All right. And let's see. Let's go for our wonderful cook. Do you have a tie you want to offer up?
Most open-ended one is the last one. You have an understanding. You need each other for now, but both of you know the current situation won't last. That's pretty vague, so it could be almost anything.
That is pretty big. Who wants to be in close with the cook?
I'll take it if no one else is interested.
Oh man. So you're doing a pump and dump of one guy. You're in tight with Garen the cook. You're pretty strategic. I think you're maybe the one world's most interesting man here. Coruscant's most interesting man. All right.
Yes.
Sounds good. Let's do another one, Garen. Let's do a second tie. Brian, did you want to do a second tie with somebody else?
Sure. So they got you into this business to help you with your financial troubles, but didn't tell you the whole story. Now you're both stuck.
And if no player wants that, it's okay if an NPC is that too, but it'd be fun if somebody got you stuck in this.
I mean,
Maybe Greg?
yeah, I was thinking that seemed more like Greg. Let's go with that.
Cool.
Always helping out. No ulterior motives.
Such a nice
Yes.
little roadie.
Yes.
I mean, you were right. It was good money.
I have another suggestion.
Yeah.
That there's one that another person and Greg are intimate, and I was wondering whether that could be Rex, Jonah's new partner and cousin of Garan.
I love that triangle personally. Is everybody else cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh,
So I have to. So why I haven't been able to end things despite the danger? Let's see. Let's go with melodrama and say because in this dark world, this is the place where Greg feels that he has really found some really deep connection.
Nice.
Who knows whether Rex feels that too? We'll figure it out.
Oh, that's good. Oh, Rexy. She's so sexy.
Yes,
It's great.
yes.
Good. Good stuff. Okay, cool. Let's do another one for Jonah.
All right. This one's not hard. This one's not hard. So Zorn is the target of an active investigation. I'm not the lead investigator, but I'm regularly briefed on the case. Is that cool?
Yeah, go for it.
Nice.
Zorn will manage.
All right, let's do another type for Zorn.
Well, this is a playbook thing. He was retired, now he isn't. I pictured him as just of a young assassin there.
Okay.
Carved up something crucial. You had to clean up the mess before things got messy. Yeah, well, I take that, but who carved up something crucial? Probably Greg?
Could be.
Not because it's you, Adrian, just because I have already one with the cook, and I don't think the crooked.
I mean, this might be where you know that I'm an informant from, right? That's where you might have found out.
That makes sense, yeah.
There we go. That's
and that
awesome.
might be why you're under investigation now.
Ah.
Depending on what was carked up. Yeah.
Oh man, so Zorn is under investigation for something that Greg did, huh?
That's not.
It could be. You're the MC.
I'm like, oh, my mind is bubbling. Wow. I don't know if I want to define it, but there's thoughts. This is good. So love it. Sweet. Good. So then we'll go ahead and mark out somebody got you back in the business, Mario. If you're not interested in it, that's fine. I think we have enough ties with everybody for you to want to interact with folks. Let's go to Garen. Get your last one there. Did you want to offer that tie to anybody? Brian, last tie, the Blankest family are just like it. That interest you in offering it to anybody?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any NPCs that it would make sense for. Because I don't think it.
Right.
By the way, I've been adding pics to NPCs, and I saw some other pics have been added too. That's awesome. If someone like that's an NPC from your backstory and you see that pic, you're like, it wasn't what I'm thinking. Just say something. We'll fix it. Cool. Did you find anybody, Brian?
Not really.
Okay, cool. We can just declare that later or leave it until for now. That's cool. It's a one shot. It's all good. Jay, you've got one less. You got a contact in the cartel.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna slot Garen in there because it's an easy fit, right?
Yeah.
Garen is my contact in the cartel. Tell them where you two go to speak directly when you need a face-to-face meeting. I think I go straight to the freighter that he's operating out of.
That mobile food truck freighter, that's so awesome. I just love the way you comboed up those selections, Brian. That is the coolest lab ever. So good. Sweet. All right. Let's see. So then Garen is your contact in the cartel. Let's fill that out. And then Grig, that works with you regularly on cartel business. Do you have somebody you wanted to?
Yes, I think that might be Baku, who almost gave away Jonah.
Nice.
You don't trust them, but they don't know your secrets yet. Oh, Baku. Love it. This is some great stuff. Good. So we have all of our ties. We have everything worked out and sorted and settled to be just a nice little chaotic mess.
Opening move when you get there.
Yeah, we have some opening moves. I just want to check in. We're about halfway point. Let's go ahead and take our mid-game break. It's 27 after right now. All right, welcome back. Let's jump into this. We do have some start of session moves. Let's start off with our cook. If you're fully stocked, let's say you are, and cooking at the start of session, roll with grit. You'll be rolling 2d6, and your grit is a 2. Have you used a roll with me page before, Brian? I can walk you through how to build a roll if you need it.
I have.
Okay, cool.
The 9.
Okay, on a 7 to 9, you cover your nut, but you have to mark stress, and you start with 2 stress. You have to mark stress or use up the last of something vital.
Yeah, let's use up the last of.
The last of something vital. And, of course, because of your lab stuff, you've got shortages, so that works really well. You rely on uncommon chemicals. I'm going to say, Garen, that you're making spice, and your engine fuel, like there's a particular additive that you use in the engine fuel so that it cooks the spice at the perfect temperature, and that additive is something that's really hard to come by. I'm also going to say that additive is a particular chemical that the company Pada Krabath works for produces in relative abundance. But of course, it's locked down and it's for legitimate use only. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Now we also have a start of session for Jonah Saxon.
Yes. Let me scroll down here. I got distracted.
It's okay. At the start of session, roll with grit. On a hit, you get wind of an investigation before things get messy.
There it is. Infiltrator. Yes. So I already have that pre-programmed in there. 2d6. Oh, grit. My grit is +1.
Yep.
There it is. Ooh, that's horrible.
Oh, you remember that earlier part when I said XP is on a fail isn't a thing? I'm very sad to say. Yeah, it is just a miss. On a miss, the department catches a hot lead on the cartel before you can intervene. Okay, so let's frame the scene for Jonah here, because it's definitely going to involve another player character in just a moment. You're at the Coruscant office for 1313.
Mm-hmm.
It's old. It's centuries old. There are areas of the Duracrete steps that are cracked and have been patched, and then the patches have frayed away. Does Jonah have like a cubicle, or do you imagine that Jonah and Rex have a small office? What do you think within the department is his setup?
I don't know what Rex's setup is.
Rex has whatever setup you have.
Right. No, and I guess I'm saying I don't even care about what.
Oh, yeah.
He's the new guy. Whatever he gets, whatever, catch can. Rex has whatever Rex has. I think I would have, I think it's a cubicle, right?
Okay.
And I think I combined my cubicle with my old partner's. So I have like a double-sized cubicle.
Nice.
Right.
And you have not given that over to your new partner.
Right. And I think maybe Rex tried to. I'm like, dude, you better find another. You can't even carry the badge, whatever the badge holder of my partner. No, you can't fill those shoes. You find someplace else. You don't sit there.
She's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, of course. And she's got a locker, and I think that's become her desk, her locker where she changes out of her normal, like she puts her files and stuff in there. It's like, it's fine. It's a new mobile workplace. It's good. So why is it that Jonah didn't go to, I'm totally stealing from our police trope thing of the morning meeting, right? Where the chief reads out and does assignments and stuff. Why did Jonah not go this morning? Was it some cartel stuff or
right. Why didn't I go this morning? I don't know. Why would I not go this morning? Oh, I didn't go because I think maybe I was having a morning talk or meeting with who's that guy that's running that scheme down at the 8 Lives
Oh,
Club?
Satch?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I was helping Satch with some logistical stuff, right? That I needed that to get from A to B without a problem. And because I'm making it fatter. And
yeah, you've talked him into converting it to like, credits to some other coinage and the exchange rate, and there's a whole thing. And yeah, he was a little freaked about the math and the numbers and everything. So you come back in and like you tried to make it back to the meeting. I don't think Jonah's the kind of person to blow it off, but you had work and and they're all heading out of the main meeting room when you show up, and Rex comes up to you and she says, "Oh, missed you at the meeting.
What?
It's over. The chief already dismissed everybody. Oh, and it was kind of short, so that's probably why you missed, because it was short. It turns out Jonker's got a really big lead. He's heading off. They got what they needed on Zorn. That's the guy with the thing.
Oh, so it's live. They're gonna go get him now. Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you say something to me? Like before now, as it was happening. I needed to know before now.
I did. Well, use my comm unit in the middle of the meeting. I started to, and the chief called me. He called on me, and he said, "What are you doing, rookie?" And I said that I was gonna. And he said, "If you wanted to know, you'd be here." I'm sorry.
Jonker said this.
No, the chief. So I didn't.
The chief. Okay.
Yeah,
all
chief.
All right. No, you're fine.
If you want to know, you'd be here.
All right.
And Jonker's laughed though. He did laugh. He doesn't like you. Did you know that?
No, that's all right. Yeah. He's gonna get some of what my partner got. So if he's not careful. So this is a lesson. This is a lesson. Listen to me. Hey, listen to me. My partner's dead because she got into some stuff over her head. She can keep her nose clean, right? Keep your nose clean. You live longer.
Okay.
Get your stuff. We gotta go.
I've got my stuff. She's got her data pad. She's everything. She's in full uniform, regular Coruscant agent uniform, all clean, crisp, no dirt or grime on it at all.
So I have a thing called On the Case.
Mm-hmm.
So when you decide, right, that they're making a move on Zorn, I want to spend my 3 stress. So I'm there before they get there.
Nice. So that sounds awesome. Let's jump to Zorn. So Zorn, where is it that you stay in 1313? Do you have a cruddy apartment? Do you stay with somebody? Do you have some domicile? Do you in an underground, but basement level? Where do you think Zorn stays?
First option, a shady hotel room. Second option, something mobile, like a camper, but not a camper because it's Star Wars, but yeah.
I like the camper idea. Yeah, like a speeder truck kind of deal. Yeah, that's slick. I like that a lot.
I don't want to be found, so I'm moving around a bit.
Sweet. So we kick off with you in the back of the van. And do you wake up alone, Zorn? Is Toomlo with you?
No, I think I'm waking up alone, and I'm already at my table, sorting and cleaning my weaponry.
Oh, nice. So you've got like a little mat or something, and then you've got a table and all your weapons, and maybe you got a cool locker going on.
I think it's kind of a morning ritual to get them in order and be prepared.
Nice. Sweet. So yeah, you're strip cleaning. Oh, let's take a look at your lovely weapons that you've chosen here. I need to know, what are the awesome. So you've got a
Vibros,
nice.
a holdout blaster carbine, and infinite knives.
Nice. So maybe it's the blaster carbine. You've like pulled the barrel out, and you're cleaning inside with some kind of a wiring brush. And out of nowhere, Zorn, you get a bad feeling about this. There's this sudden quiet on the street. There's that normal low hum of the electricity that courses throughout 1313, but you just get that too quiet kind of feeling, like people are getting off the streets. And you just know, like an organism, all the people of Hutt Cartel, of 1313, like they know when trouble's coming. And you've learned as a good assassin, even young, as a good assassin, to kind of feel that, to read that. What do you do?
I guess it's too late to just relocate my...
I mean, that's your first instinct. That totally makes sense. So you slide up from the front. Maybe there's like an area where there's like a door to the back of the camper type deal, and you're coming up to the front area to start up the speeder. And yeah, Jonah, this is when Coruscant is going to be showing up. You're spending some stress because you're on the case. Is that right?
Yes, that is right. I'm on
Sweet.
the case.
Mark stress to show up in a scene alongside Coruscant Security. Mark 3 stress to show up instead of the authorities. You'll have a few minutes solo in the scene before anybody else arrives. How many stress do you mark? 1 or 3?
I'm going to mark 3, but
Whoa!
as I drop this box down, well, I want to mark 3, but it says 2. Does that mean I already have 2?
Yes, everyone starts with 2 stress.
All right. So now I'm at 5.
Yeah, which means that you're currently, like, this stressing you completely out. You're going to have to switch to some kind of stress move as soon as possible.
Gotcha.
But you can do it.
All right.
So Jonah, you show up before Zorn. Like, Zorn, you come to the front of your camper with that bad feeling. You're on the case, Jonah. What do you do?
I'm like starting up that thingy, and I look out of the window and I see Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
I say,
do you see Rex? Is Rex there, or did you lose her? You spent 3 stress, so she's wherever you say she is.
I want her to, so I have her looking out from here, kind of watching me, watching my back. But I also want her to let me know the moment she knows Coruscant is in the vicinity.
Yeah. So she tells you before you stepped off to stop Zorn from taking off. She says, "Oh, it looks like Jonkers went to wherever Zorn was last night, but he moved. So he's reaching out, and he'll be here soon. I think. I'll let you know."
All right. So then I'm kind of trying to get Zorn's attention.
What are you doing here?
Dude, you got to leave the van and just run. Right?
You think I'm doing?
No.
Van?
Your van is hot. You just got to leave the van, right?
Damn.
And just run, right? If you stay in that van, you're done. They're gonna be on you seconds, right? I'm trying to help you out.
Okay. Well, he's saying seconds. I'm just packing up all my stuff.
Dude, that's too long. Run. What are you doing?
Stuff, whatever. Just getting out of there.
Okay, do you want to get out of here? That sounds amazing. Why don't you push your luck? If you want to push your luck to try to grab all your stuff, then roll with grit and let's see how this goes.
Push your luck with grit.
When you push your luck, roll with grit. On a 10 plus, fortune favors the bold. You get everything you want. 7 to 9, things don't work out quite like you hoped. I'll tell you how you can turn things around if you act quickly.
Okay.
Make an ugly choice or tough it out.
2d6 plus 1. Roll. It's an 8.
Ah, beautiful. Now, Jonah, do you want to help? You can help if you want. Oh,
yes,
I'm sorry, you can't help.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Because I don't have any stress.
Exactly. You have to wage your stress. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have tempted you. I'm a bad person.
Yeah, no, you did that on purpose. I see what's happening.
No, I wouldn't have done that on purpose. Awesome. Sweet. So here is your tough choice, Zorn. You've got to leave behind either one of your weapons, like, the blaster carbine, because it's disassembled, or your armor. That's your tough choice.
Yeah, I'll leave behind my armor. I need that gun.
Cool. So you grab the pieces of your gun, your holdout blaster pistol, no problem whatsoever, your vibro sword, and you're beating feet with Jonah as you hear Rex go, okay, now! She can't whistle. It sounds like maybe you guys are you going to help out Jonah? If you're like taking Zorn, there's no roll. You just basically swallow Zorn up. You got there ahead of time and you can get him off the streets.
Okay. Yeah, that's why I want to get him off the streets. Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
I'll come up with some story later. But yeah.
Otherwise there'd be some flee from security, but you are the security. So there we go.
Yeah. Well, I don't want stuff happening down on 1313 without my knowledge.
It totally makes sense. Sweet.
Thank
so
you
got
I owe you one.
And that too.
The Zorn is taken off with Jonah, and Rex will like hop into your killer van. You two don't see, but we, the audience, sees that Tumlo was like coming towards the van when you showed up, and she backed off, and she sees this whole thing of you guys working together. And she just kind of turns the other way as we see some red and blue lights with Coruscant Security coming towards the van, because you weren't wrong, Jonah. Zorn was, if he'd stayed in that van, it was too hot.
Right.
Let's jump scene over to Grig. We haven't seen Grig at all. Do you think as we come in, Grig, maybe you're there when Amara gets a report about Corsac?
Makes sense. I think so.
Awesome. So Amara she's the crime lord. She's got lots of credits. The place that she resides in 1313 is in kind of the government corporate area. So it's a high rise. It overlooks 1313. You can see the shaft of daylight from the core. And hopefully you guys saw some of the pictures. Actually, did I stick those? It doesn't matter. There's the shaft of light, which is the area that all the freighters and every traffic that goes up the levels 1300. So it's like 1,313 levels worth of sunlight coming down. But you can see it as it illuminates the dock. The Sheev docks is named after Sheev Palpatine. They haven't renamed it yet. And there's this killer Duracrete balcony that overlooks those plants that actually get enough water to grow here. And Amara is here. Tumlo is not here, which is great because she hates you. And a few of her people, but you're like her number one protector. As one of the servant droids comes in and offers up the report. Amaratavi, unfortunately, it appears that Zorn is under pursuit from Corsac. What? She looks at you, Greg, and she says, I thought you said that was handled. Not by you, but I thought you said that Zorn would be an asset we could continue to use.
Yeah, I thought so, but I must have missed something. I'm on it. I'm gonna take care of it. I will let you know how it turns out. Don't you worry about it. I'll be right on it, and you just carry on with your business. You won't hear about it again.
All right, Greg. I'll put my trust in you. Zorn is an important asset, but most importantly, any of the work he's done for me does not see the light of day. So getting Zorn out of this trouble is important. More important is that Zorn doesn't get us in worse trouble. Do you understand?
Yes, and there will be no problems. You will hear of Zorn either as a reliable asset, or you won't hear of Zorn again.
Perfect. So yeah, she just assumes that you're going to handle this. Greek, where do you go?
So I guess this. So I think trying to meet up with Rex, because she might have said something about something going on, and I think that's where like Greg probably messed up, because he didn't really pay enough attention on what Rex was telling him about the imminence of the operation.
Nice. So Jonah and Zorn, if you want to look at locations, the like easiest place to hide somebody out is in the Warrens. It's slums of the lower levels, stacked in sub-levels and side passages, and all the odd spaces of Coruscant's underbelly. There are other places you can hide. That's just the one that nobody will find Zorn from Corsac. So where is it when Rex gets a call from Greg, Jonah and Zorn, where are the two of you hiding out?
I like the Warrens. The Warrens works.
Sweet. So the Warrens are they're very poorly used. There's this odd smell because there's some runoff from a fuel source that's still constantly being drilled deeper into Coruscant. And there are pipes that head up and there's a backwash. So there's this odd smell to the Uskrew underbelly. And maybe the two of you have grabbed, I'm sorry, you're in the Warrens. So you're not in the underbelly, the Warrens. Let's say maybe there's like an empty speeder garage where you guys are hiding out. And that's when Rex's comm unit goes off. And you hear the little bloop. And Rex just reflexively goes to answer it. What do you do, Jonah? You're like right there.
I think I flash Rex the "Are you shitting me?" look.
And she looks. It's a relative.
So, are we on the clock or are we not on the clock?
We're on the clock. She turns it off. Greg, no, Rex doesn't answer the comm. Your cousin, who's always answered for you because she's diligent, ignores the call. What do you do?
So this is where we are hiding right now, or is it just gonna be me? Are you also on the run, or what about her?
So I'm not clear on how much Zorn knows about Jonah. And I guess if Rex is hanging out in uniform, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's all got to be weird.
It is weird.
So if Zorn is not explicit about anything, I don't volunteer any answers. My thought is I'm just trying to get him to a safe spot. Once he's in a secure place where I know no one can find him.
You're going to leave him? Just like planning to moving on?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's got resources to hang out. I will get a message to whoever he wants me to get a message to, but he's got to lay low until I figure out what's going on. Otherwise, they're going to haul him in. And I'm sure that's not what Zorn wants either.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like they're going to be hanging out with you at this cruddy old speeder garage.
Yeah, well, guess we have to sit that one out.
There's like this slightly oil-stained mattress, no sheet in the corner. Rex says, I'm sure it's more comfortable than it looks. Don't go anywhere. You're technically under arrest, right?
Under arrest.
Is he under arrest?
He's in protective custody right now.
Oh, right. Protective custody. Okay. And do we cut at that point with Jonah leaving with Rex following behind, slightly unsure?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, let's jump to Garen. Do you think you're meeting with Pata?
Yep.
Cool. Let's say that it's at like an area a couple levels up. This nicer. It's an outdoor eatery, almost like there's a mobile food speeder truck type deal that comes around on a circuit, and there's this picnic area with some greens, and that some of the green of this park is turf and stuff like that, but there are some plants. There's enough to make people feel like, and they've got these sun lamps and everything, and Pata comes ambling over as he gets out of his little speeder. He comes in. Oh, Garen, you're looking well. He speaks in that low rumble, and then he's got a vocal translator that drops it into basic for you. Yes, Garen, very good. Out of the blue, you did call me.
Yeah, it'd been a while. Just figured we should catch up.
Yes. Well, Roxanne is doing well. We have several new projects that unfortunately I'm unable to talk about openly, but I tell you, the research, it would very much interest you. If only you could get yourself out from underneath the other work that you're doing, I would put a good word in for you, of course, to be employed alongside me. We could be peers again.
I'm afraid it'd probably take more than just your good word, but I appreciate that. I mean, don't betray anything you're not allowed to speak about publicly, but in generalities, you could tell me what's going on.
In general, there is some interesting research into a particular chemical that has turned out to be highly reactive. Corsac is considering using it for, shall we say, entry into particular areas. I'm not very good at this speaking in code.
Entry to areas.
Yes, areas that might have otherwise been secure. Like a liquid gel explosive device. It's very interesting. It's a binoble reaction. Once you put the gel on, no problem with a second chemical additive, then all of a sudden, it's quite exciting. I've blown up some things for science.
That's always fun.
Yes, it's very fun. Garen, how was your aunt?
She's doing well. I take good care of her, of course.
Of course. I just wish that you could pull her out of 1313. I know our old ship is stuck down there, but perhaps it's time to let her go and bring your aunt up higher in the levels and somewhere more safe and secure. I have heard that there's a great deal of criminal activity in 1313 of late.
Unfortunately, but I'll leave that to Corsac to manage. If you keep to yourself, give them no reason to bother you, they'll leave you alone, I think.
Well, that's decent of them. Not at all what I've heard on the Hollows.
Well, they sensationalize a lot of that, You've got to make it entertaining for people.
True. And then you guys order some food, and it's awkward for a bit. He just busies himself with eating some of the food for a bit, and the clock is ticking, right? You got to make the pitch.
Yeah, I think I mean, Garen is not good at being persuasive or I mean, I have the ability, it's superior quality, where if I make a proposal that relies on your special training and skills,
you can roll a grit
he's
instead of face.
He's much better. So I think that's like the angle.
Man, you're about to pull down the curtain here, aren't you?
I think the idea is like like the company, he's had a falling out with the company, so he can't directly work with them, but maybe if leaving my name out of it, we could, as like a, independent consultant, I could maybe help him with, this research.
Cool. You're appealing to.
If he could just hire this company to assist them with the research, the company is just Garen, but the company, no one else needs to know that. He can maybe help solve some of these technical issues he's having.
Nice. So here's the deal. I think Pata will help you as much as he can, but I think you need to justify your behavior for him to buy into this, right? Because unless you're just going to drop it, like I'm working for the cartel, and this is to help me with creating spice, you're being a little slippery about the justifications, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
justify your behavior to him then. Roll with face.
Okay. That's a 6.
Dang, your face is not awesome. So we kind of knew this was coming, didn't we? Okay. So yeah, it doesn't have a specific result for on a miss, which means that I get to make a move. So you talk for a little bit, and he says, Garen, this is not good. I have to tell you that a member of the Coruscant Security force came to speak to me the other day. An officer by the name of Jonkers, who was very direct in speaking about you. And he said that you were involved with creating illegal chemicals. He said spice. That you were creating spice, and I, of course, was very reluctant to give him any information because you and I, we go way back with the unstable materials that we used to transport across Coruscant helped many people. And are you saying that this additive that you're interested in using is used for your ship? Because it sounds like you need to get a engine to a particular temperature with the additive. That is really all it is used for. And I need you to mark a stress because he's just put all of this together right here on the fly.
Yeah.
What do you do?
I mean, that's alarming to hear. I'm thinking of various projects I've been hired to work on, and yeah, maybe some of the people who employed me were deceived me in what the applications they were on. I'll have to be more careful. The jobs I take, but
he reaches his long Athorian hand with these like delicately tapered fingers, and he touches your forearm, and there's this compassion, but you also get this feeling of pity in him as he says, if that's what you need the additive for, so that those people won't hurt you, I will help you, Garen, this one time.
Well, I do need the additive.
Yes, you do need the additive. All right. Well, I will bring it to you. It would be nice to see the ship again, even though I know she's in pieces.
Right. Sure, I can bring it and yeah, I'll give like a location of whatever.
He wants to come see the ship.
Yeah, no, I know.
But you're saying it's mobile, so you'd like set a place for it to be
Yeah,
for him
just
to show up.
Giving them a place and then thinking about, I'll have to figure out what to do about that. Because, the ship is... Yeah, it's probably too transformed at this point to be... I don't think there's any way I could let him actually aboard and, like, inspect everything. Because, like...
Of course, he'll know it's basically,
Yeah. So...
You'll deal.
We'll figure that
tomorrow.
out.
Garen's problem. This sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. So you make this deal, and you got some stress out of it. There's some definite feeling of like he pities you. That can't feel great. He's putting his neck on the line, his big long Athorian neck on the line for you, and he knows what he's doing, and he's doing it. So. Yeah, he makes that deal with you, Garen. Where do you go next?
Well, I guess I start working on that problem of what am I gonna? Am I just gonna meet him without the ship? Or
cool. So you're thinking over that problem as you're headed to. Did you bring a speeder up here? Did you take hop a ride on?
Yeah, no, I
taxi
have
kind of deal.
I do have a vehicle.
Okay, so you're headed to your vehicle when you hear someone say, "Mr. Vuktu." It's a sharp voice. And you turn, you see it's a Coruscant agent. May I speak with you for a moment, Mr. Vuktu? He totally knows you. Like he was waiting around by your speeder, you think?
Of course.
My name's Graffin Psycho. And I wanted to talk to you about an opportunity. I'll cut to the chase. We're aware of what you've been doing. Luckily, your Thorian friend was not as good at hiding things about your history. We've put 2 and 2 together with your freighter, and we know that you're working with Amaratavi. If you're willing to testify, then we can make things go easy for you.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice. I think you should justify your behavior again.
Great. It's an 8.
Okay, and it's good. 7 and 9, they have a few questions. Mark stress if you answer with anything other than total honesty.
Okay.
Mr. Vuktu, are you saying that you are not involved in the spice trade for Amaratavi, the crime lord?
I'm most certainly saying that.
You understand that you are waving goodbye to an excellent opportunity for you. We could get you a new name. We can move you out of 1313. We don't want to have to come hard after you, Mr. Vuktu. We know you've had a hard life. We had a great deal of promise before, a promise that's unfulfilled. So let me ask you one more time. Are you saying that you have nothing to do with the spice trade in Amaratavi?
Nothing to do? I'm an independent contractor. I work with lots of people. If some of them are connected to her, that's
are you
no
producing
business of mine.
Spice, or are you not producing spice?
wouldn't even know how.
And he's human. He fixes you for a long, long moment, and you can feel the hair on the back of your neck kind of stand up, and your stomach churns uncomfortably. And he says, "Very well, Mr. Victu. Although I assure you, the next time we have this conversation, it's going to be much less pleasant. Have a good day." And he'll turn crisply on a heel and head out. And you know someone's going to follow you, Garen. You just know it. Maybe they bugged your car. Maybe there's someone in the back seat of your speeder. Probably not, but maybe. So let's jump to Greg. Greg, you said you were going to hunt down Zorn and make sure that he wasn't a problem. What's your plan?
I think the plan is that it's finally time to put things in motion and overthrow Amara Tavi.
That is not what you agreed to with her, Amara Tavi.
Kind of, because I know Zorn, I know that Zorn, Zorn knows that I'm an informant, and so it's either kind of getting Zorn out of the way and also taking down Amara Tavi. And I think the way I'm going to do that is to try to team up with Jonah, because we grew up together, right? So they might help me in this, right? We set it up, and then we basically expose Zorn as this killer, right? We have like all the stuff that Zorn has done.
What?
And we connect it to Amara Tavi, so she goes down when Zorn is exposed.
Wow, that's a devious
killing
little
machine,
plan.
So, and then we take over, right? Like Jonah handles like the kind of communication side, and I handle the business side. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna call up as Jonah, I guess, to try to reach Jonah.
Jonah, you've just left Zorn in your safe hiding spot, and you get a call from Greg.
I wave Rex on, and I tell her I'll meet you back at the office.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Greg. It's a rough
Hey, Jonah,
day,
what's going on? Yeah, it is. So let's cut to the chase. Do you have any idea where Zorn is?
Now, so I don't know, right? I mean, when we did these ties, I think Greg is clean, right?
Yeah, I think that is what we set up.
All right, cool. And
so
I'm like,
Greg cutting to the chase here. It's
Yeah,
probably a little
yeah.
bit of a left-hand turn.
yeah, and I'm like, Zorn who?
Well, this guy connected to all of the things that I've been working with, but I think they're doing very sloppy work. So what about you and I meet up and we talk about some things? I think things have to change around here, and I think Zorn is in the middle of that. What is going on? So let's meet up and let's talk about it. What do you think?
All right. I'm headed
Where
over
are you?
to the. I'm headed. To, So I'm going to lie. I'm moments from the 8 Lives Club.
All right, let's meet up there.
And yeah, that's where I'll go as quickly as I can get there.
Cool. Let's do a jump forward then.
All
right. And we'll pick up with you guys meeting at the club in just a second. I just want to check in with Zorn. Like, how long are you going to hang out? You've been stuck in a corner. Does anybody put baby in the corner?
Yeah, first of all, I make that place. I check it out. I try to find if it's bugged or other cameras. Is there something going on I should know about? Is there anybody else?
Jonah, is it bugged?
No. Yes. Hell yes. It's bugged. I took you there. It's my place. It's bugged. Yes.
Yeah, it's bugged.
It's bugged, and the feed goes into my high-tech surveillance van.
Yeah, it does.
So do I just find the bugs, or?
Yeah, you just find the bugs. You're assassin. You know where to look for this stuff.
Yeah, I guess I won't destroy them. I just just be quiet
Nice.
and don't say anything. So, but just I want to be in the clear about that. I'm not sure if it's safe to go out there. So now I am at a safe place. I don't know how. Yeah, is it intelligent to trust you? What are our ties again? I owe Garen and Greg card something crucial. And you know that I'm a, so you saved me because you're kind of in the sheets with Amara and I am too. Is that right? That's why you helped me in the first place. Jonah.
Let me take a look at that real quick. I don't remember why.
It's just Zorn's the target of an active investigation.
Oh yeah, that's all I knew. I think. Go ahead.
Amara is our friend, so we are friends because she's our boss.
Well, I'm trying to get in good with Amara for sure.
Yeah, okay. So that's why I trust you.
And I don't like junkers getting the jump on me.
Maybe, I don't know if it's Cartel. I don't know if there's a move there, but can I try to manipulate the bugs into using the bug to listen in on Jonah and what he's doing next?
Oh, that's interesting. I think you'd have to push your luck to try to flip that. Let's have you roll with grit. So you grab one of these things and you're trying to maybe grab some of the tools, a hydro spanner, some other things, and you're trying to play with the bugs in order to maybe send the signal back and listen in on his high-tech van. That sounds crazy. Let's do it. Push your luck. Roll with grit.
So 2d6 modifiers to the same. Roll. Aw, 6.
A 6. So a couple sparks from one of the little bugs. And then all the lights in the entire garage just go out. And there's that moment of like, did I do that? And then you hear this explosion at you saw Jonah close that door a couple times. There's an explosion and there's a little bit of ambient light from outside in like an alleyway, but that door comes flying in and there's a bit of smoke and everything. What do you do?
Just what I already did before, run again and try to find another escape route.
Sweet. That sounds like a good idea. So I think you're just trying to get out of there. Let's have you push your luck again.
Sure.
Because someone steps in and starts firing a blaster carbine on full auto into the area that you're trying to evacuate.
So this time it's a 5.
Awesome. You've been carking shot.
Great.
So
that's the worst.
First of all, as you get hit by a couple of shots, you think, damn, if only I hadn't left that body armor behind. As Tumlo has decided to finish you the hell off. So let's do this move. When you get a carking shot, you add +1 for each. Is a blaster, pistol, or other small weapon? It is not. The shooter is an amateur or isn't trying to kill you. She is not a professional killer. So you get a +1 there. She is trying to kill you, but she is not a professional killer. You don't have body armor or a bodyguard.
Maybe cover while running away between some stuff.
You were running away. You'd be looking for cover. That works for me. Roll +2. Good luck.
Okay. A 7 at least.
All right. On a hit, you'll live. Congratulations.
Ooh.
All right. On a 7 to 9, you choose one of the 3 consequences. It's over on column G of the basic moves. You can choose it's bloody, it's messy, or it's painful. You choose one, and then the shooter, Tumla, which is me, chooses
Yeah.
another.
Well, I'll choose it's messy. The wound will leave an impressive ugly scar.
Nice. That's a good choice. That's really good. And I think it's painful. You have -1 ongoing until you get medical attention. So you've been shot a few times, Zorn. One of them will leave an ugly, impressive scar that we'll talk about in just a minute. There's still smoke coming in the area from that little explosion. Tumla with this blaster carbine, it jams. So she just unloaded a bunch of shots, and then it clicks for a little bit. She's trying to clear it a little bit to get it on. What do you do, Zorn? She thinks you're dead, but she's going to double tap you.
Yeah, I guess I'm done running, and now I get out my blaster carbine. I just shoot back.
Turn to violence. Sounds fun. It's a thing you're good at.
Yeah.
You turn to violence, roll plus savagery. Your savagery is
2.
a 2. Yeah.
Is this a new result? This is 7 again.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Is that the same 7? Sweet. So on turn to violence with a 7 to 9, you choose 2. You can inflict terrible harm, suffer little harm. You resist marking stress. You avoid collateral damage. You get 2 options. Oh, you do have to make mark stress.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be up to 3 stress.
I inflict terrible harm and I suffer little harm.
Nice. So she clears the last second, fires. I'll give you a stress. So you get a stress from swapping out the damage. The suffer little harm is that you only take 1 stress from the shot. But you hit her and she falls back, dropping the blaster carbine. You hit her right in the gut. It's terrible harm. You know you got her in a vital spot. Tumla's probably done for without medical attention. She's not firing at you anymore. It looks like she didn't have any backup.
Whew.
What do you do?
So am I now at 3 or 4 stress?
You were at 2, then you took 1 just from getting in the fight,
Yeah, so that's
and
4.
then 1 stress from you guys swapping harm. So you're at 4.
Well, if she's still alive, I might just use that for a stress move, I guess.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Well, I dish out a beatdown, so I go to her and put my gun down, and I just crack my fists and just end it with them.
All right. Roll with savagery. This isn't about if you beat her down. It's about, do you get any stress relief from this action?
Yeah, so that's an 8.
Okay.
Clear.
On a 7 to 9, you hurt them, but it's not enough. Clear 1 stress. So you pop down, I assume going for the face. Maybe you hit her where you'd shot her. She groans out in pain. You feel bones break, and she passes out. So let's cut to Jonah and Grig's meeting. And it's at 8 Live, so maybe Garen, maybe you're here, because I'd love to have you in a scene with other player characters. That's always fun. 8 Live's a great place to come. 8 Live's neon-soaked club, lots of people dancing. It's loud, but there are alcoves where you can meet and have private conversations. Recently purchased by a pike named Chima. But she has to pay lip service, at least to Amara. So, Jonah and Grig, you guys meet up at a corner booth, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess I think so the way I understand it is that Greg knows that Jonah is kind of like a person in the Corsac, somewhere, that you work there and you might have some influence there, but I don't know that you're actually dealing with the cartel with Amara.
Right.
So I think Greg is kind of, but I think that we might have met up a couple of times over the last months or so because we know each other, and I might have talked about this problem like I have with this Son character. That's why.
Okay. All right.
And so Greg says, like, it's simple. I think you might be able to help me. There is this have this problem. Is this really brutal guy, a killer, full-on killer, Sorn. I told you about him before, and I think it's actually you're going to be able to score at work big time if you take him down, because this guy, if you offer him a deal to rat out the boss, like the crime lord, he has so much stuff on her, because he does all the dirty things, all the killings, all for the crime lord, for Amara Tavi. And if you take down Sorn, then if you offer him a deal, you will be able to take down the crime lord, and you're gonna be the big shot in the security force. And I can tell you all you need to know to take both of them down. What do you think?
Oh, that sounds like propose a deal. Let's hit the dice on that. You propose a deal to get what you want, roll with face.
Let's see.
Your face is a 2.
That's a 7.
Oof. Okay. On a 7 to 9, you can either take the deal, Jonah, or you can impose a condition on your offer, adjust the price, or point. You can point Grig at an interested party if you don't want to deal with it. Like, let somebody else do it.
Mm-hmm. What happens if I take the deal? I'm sorry.
You just take the deal. Or you can take the deal and adjust the price. Like, no, I need more.
Yeah, I want to adjust the price.
Nice.
I want to adjust the price, and I want to clear some stress right now. So
Cool.
I say, I think I have a drink, and I just drain the glass all the way back, and I slam it down. And I'm like, you say we get one F word, right? One show, and I'm going to use it, right?
All right.
And so I'm going to use it. And I say, what the fuck, Greg? You're supposed to be the clean one, right? You're living a clean life, right? You're the good guy, right? You're the guy I turn to when my life is all shit and going down the toilet, right? What are you doing mixed up with Zorn, right? I know Zorn. I know he's trash. I know he does shitty work, murdering people. I know who he works for. Why are you messed up with these people? Who are you, man?
Well, I'm not. I just know about stuff, I always know about the stuff, and I think in the future I'm gonna be able to get information to you, and then you're gonna rise.
No. In the future, you're gonna turn your life around and get out of this shit. Look at me. Who do you think I am? Who do you think you're talking to? You're mixed up in this crap. Get out. I will handle this, right? But if you don't get out, I'm not going to do anything with this. That's the price. I'm also trying to shame him so I can clear some stress.
All right. I love it. Hit that move. Verbally abuse or shame. Roll with face. Good luck.
My face is 0.
Oh my. Rolling flat.
Yep. There it is.
Oh! On a miss, your cowardice is clear. Take a -1 to ongoing to face until you make amends.
It's not going
Oh.
good.
And I think what happens is like you're trying to shame Greg, and that's when you see Corsac come in. Garen,
Mhm.
did they follow you?
I mean, quite possibly. I mean, I think the reason I came here is I can't like drive my speeder to my ship or anywhere.
You go straight to your ship.
I had
That's
to
a bad
come.
idea.
I had to come here, and I was actually kind of waiting to see if they'd show up.
They did. They did. And we see Jonkers come in leading a team, like the team that was chasing down Zorn. Obviously, it's Jonah talking about himself. There we go.
Yeah.
And Garen, I think maybe you just happen to be in a booth like right next to Jonah and Greg, right? Like it has to be one of those moments of you were hiding out and didn't know that you were right close to this. Maybe you overheard a little bit of their conversation, but it's hard to make it out with all the club noise. And Jonker comes in and he walks towards you, but then he walks past you, Garen, and comes right up to the table where Jonah and Greg are. And Jonah.
You better take that bass out your voice if you're talking to me.
Listen, old man, you don't tell me what to do.
You don't talk to me like that.
I am talking to you like that. What are you going to do about it?
What do you want?
Who's this?
None of your business. What do you want?
Where's my guy?
Baku? That botched up thing you did this morning?
Yeah. Yeah, we had a lead on somebody, and that somebody went away. I hear tell that you had something to do with it.
They did. I think Greg is not really happy that Jonah talked to them like that. So
Right,
I
right.
think he's gonna betray
Snitch?
Jonah now.
Are you
to
snitching?
the
Oh!
authority.
When you betray a friend or ally to the authorities, roll with faith. On a 10+, your treason is useful and valued.
All right. That's a 12.
Wow. Can't do anything with that.
Clear your stress track. Way to go, Craig. You are stressless. You get to go all the way down to a 0 stress. And he turns and says, I like you. Don't like
I
you.
have some things. I have some stories about Jonah if you ever want to talk.
Stay right here, Saxon. Let's go. What's your name? And he's like going to pull you and get
Right.
all the dirt that he can. Just because maybe Zorn deciding that the Warrens is not a good place to hide out with bugs and someone who bursts in to shoot at you. Do you think perhaps you might stroll in at this point, maybe from a back entrance? It's a stretch, but we're near end of session. So do you think, Mario, do you think Zorn might roll in on this scene to see?
Yes, I thought the next thing I was going to do was to get rid of the body I left behind.
Oh, that sounds fun. That's way more interesting. Let's jump to see you get rid of a body. You're good at that.
Yeah, just to wrap it up move, but I can join that scene, no problem.
Let's have you wrap it up. Let's see how well that went.
So what would be the best way to get rid of a body? So maybe there is it was a garage with cars or with speeders or with stuff like
Speeders,
that. So maybe
yeah.
somewhere in there, and I'll just stuff it away and hopefully in a place where nobody will ever find it. So I roll with savagery 2.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh my goodness.
5 again.
On a miss, the body surfaces without any obvious ties to you or your crew. So you do that. Feels good. You think you've taken care of business. If there were future sessions, it would come back and bite you hard.
Okay. So this miss is kind of a good miss.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Because
would be a
it's
fun
good.
risk.
Yeah.
That's a well-written
Nice.
move, as most are in Cartel. So, looking at where we're at on time, I'm curious if we've got something to squeeze out of the scene, or if we should probably transition to epilogues at this point, just because I'm trying to be mindful of time. I know some people may be signed up for future slots. So checking in, we've got Greg, who is about to rat out Jonah, or has ratted out Jonah.
Has ratted out Jonah.
Has ratted out Jonah to Jonker. We've got Zorn, who took care of the person who decided to try to take him out. Garen, you have your stuff. Oh, I really am interested, like, at Garen's thing. So let's move to epilogues, because I think we've got 10 minutes left, and any scene that we get into is going to steal. Like, there's no way to have a 4-person scene with all the spotlights that we have. So, yeah, let's start off. Matt Jade, are you cool with leading off with epilogues?
Yeah, sure. I feel like we see a funeral, a corpsec, formal funeral, right? They're putting junkers in the ground, right? And I'm asked to go up and say some words, and I do, like you see in all the movies, this with this scene, I say some great, fabulous things about Jonkers and his work down on level 1313, and that we need to redouble our efforts at cleaning up the cartels down there, because this was a cartel styled killing, and he was on the verge of breaking loose some fantastic information, and we were so close. But if we could have just some more resources down there, I can turn this around. I can make this work, and we can clear out the bad cartels that are down in there doing the dirty work.
Nice. That is delightful. Cool. So, just to explain, in case you guys haven't done an epilogue before, we know it's a one shot. So, to try to put the characters to bed, you get the opportunity to write just like the little epilogue for your character and how things work, or setting yourself up for future trouble. It's really, as long as you're not countermanding anything anybody else said, it's really up to you. Brian, did you have one for Garen?
Yeah, I mean, I think you see Garen stepping down the ramp from his ship, and then you see the Coruscant speeder pull up, and you see Garen sigh, and then turn and grab a crate of spice and carry it over and put it back in the the back of the Coruscant vehicle, as he gives the cut to whoever he's struck a deal with to
Nice. I like that a lot. That's great. Adrian, what about you? Do you have an epilogue in mind for Grig?
Sure. And maybe I might include Zorn, depending on what Mario also wants to do. But I think we see Greg together with Jonker talking, and Greg really trying to persuade Jonker of working with him, because now it seems like lost all faith in Jonah, but maybe Jonker will be the one that kind of, helps Greg take over the cartel, and then works from inside the Coruscant as kind of controlling the whole area. But of course, that does not include, or the Zorn, who probably has heard about Greg's betrayal or attempted betrayal. So maybe there's a Zorn on a roof somewhere, kind of seeing the two talking, with like a big weapon in hand, and maybe Greg will not survive this for long. this kind of double crossing. What do you think, Soren?
Yeah, I was thinking about which side to choose. So on the one hand, Jonah helped me. Amara told to deal with me in one way or another. You wanted to get me out of the way, but I was on a where I think if somebody just talked to Zorn about this whole thing, he might have joined the party to overthrow Amara, yeah, because he's so ambitious, and why not? But that ship has sailed. So getting a good shot in on Greg, yeah, sure, why not?
I'm sure that Amara will appreciate it when
for
you.
a real epilogue, because I just don't know where this thing is going. But yeah, Jonah.
Can I add one detail to Jonah's funerary speech thing?
Yeah. Go for it.
As he's giving that whole spiel, I want him to out the Crimelord, right? That we've got to go and make an effort to bring down Grig Kra, the Crimelord, right? Because he's responsible for this mess, right? That's the detail I want to add. And maybe that helps you, Zorn.
Yeah, it helps me choosing sides again, get rid of Grig and be with Amara again. And you probably, because you're still on that side of the tracks. Okay, yeah, sure. That's it for now.
Cool. All right. Well, that's Hutt Cartel. It was a little messy, and I do apologize that I wasn't able to get everybody in scenes as much as I would have liked, but you guys made some really interesting choices, so I appreciate it. So let's spend the last few minutes. If you guys have any, we'll do a quick bit of feedback for Stars and Wishes. I stipulate that more group scenes would have been better, so you don't need to give me the feedback on that one. I'm aware of it. But with Stars and Wishes are any questions about, hey, for future when you run Hutt Cartel, this would be, I wish this was explained better, or this was part of the setup. You don't have to get too deep in the nitty-gritty. We only have a few minutes here. But more important than that, after we do wishes, we'll do a round of stars, which is where everybody gets a chance to highlight something cool from the game that, one of your other players may have done. Let's kick off. Brian, did you have any wishes you wanted to hand out? Or wishes that you had? Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, nothing specific. It's a one shot, so you kind of just see the potential of what the game would be more than
really it's a taste.
Into it. And we definitely did that. You could definitely see, how
cool.
Things would go from there. Yeah.
Awesome. Mario, did you have any wishes to share with me?
I just think 3 tie-ins for each character is too much for 1.5 hours. I guess 1 or 2 would suffice. I think we all had so many ideas and so many points to just start the story and get in each other's hair. So I think,
yeah, that's a really good point, Mario. I'm definitely going to think about that. And then Adrian, did you have any wishes?
Well, I think most has already been said. I think it's it's always difficult kind of in this short period of time to get to know the characters and then put them in the scene, right? So I think that, but I think we did a nice job of kind of hinting at the story. I mean, we couldn't play out the whole story, I think, but we kind of have, we built this kind of relationships and then kind of hinted at where the story could go. And now I think I at least have like especially now with the epilogues, I have a good idea of like how these characters kind of clashed with each other and what might be the result. And I don't think it's looking good for Greg, so that's one thing.
No, it rarely does for Rat. Matt J, did you have any wishes you want to share?
No, as always, for me, I think as we do these one shots, we know by the time we're done, that's the start of the story, right? And so we always want a second or third session, right? Because I'm with Adrian at the end here. We've got a pretty good idea of who these characters are just now, right? Not from the beginning. And so going into a second session, we all have direction now. And that's always hard with one shots because we don't get that second session.
It is. Matt J, you went last with wishes, which means you get to go first with stars. Do you have 1 or 2 stars to hand out? I know we're short on time, so we'll try to keep it quick.
Yeah, no, I think stars to everyone. I like the reluctance of the cook, but I like the epilogue at the end where he sells out, right? And that's hard, right? But we saw that. That was fantastic. I like the frustration of Zorn, right? I don't want to choose a side. If somebody would just talk to me, how did I get cut up? Why is somebody trying to kill me, right? What is going on, right? Am I the assassin or what, right? And so that was fantastic, right? And then the big betrayal by Greg, I didn't even see that coming. That was fantastic. I love it. And I love it because so we play these games, right? And we don't always hang out, but that's a bold move to say, hey, I'm going to do this. And the other player catches it and is good with it and runs with it without all the disclaimer talk back and forth. We're playing like adults and it was good. I enjoyed that. I love when that happens. That was fantastic.
Cool. Adrian, did you have any stars you want to hand out?
Yeah, I think the system really facilitates that, what Jay just said, right? Like to put you in these situations and give you kind of the elements of then betrayals and kind of turnarounds and, how it works. So I really like that. And yeah, I think these characters became quite vivid for this short period of time that we had, like very different playbooks. And I like that. Yeah.
Cool. Mario, what about you?
My stars go out all to the double crossings each and everywhere. So I guess that was hilarious because everybody could have turned this way or that way or come back to another person to join them in their course of action. That was really cool. Yeah.
And Brian, what about you?
Yeah, just stars all around. Great players, great characters. Had a good time.
Cool. Stars to you guys for being so open to trying this game and how deeply you dug into it. I really like the cast of characters we created from PCs to NPCs, all tied into a messy web. Wish we could play it more, and that's always a good feeling, right? Is the not trying to run away from the table, but going, man, that was good. That was a good prequel, which is a good thing to say for a one shot. Thank you all for playing, and we'll go ahead and stop the recording here.